All right, what another day here on the stock market, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in today from your Virgin Galactic Dubai spaceport, right? Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. It's definitely something very exciting because we are looking into the Q4 numbers of Virgin Galactic, and there's a lot of anticipation, right? I mean, here in the studio, it's all red, as you can see, all red. I got my early space investor t-shirt on. Obviously, I have my super, I don't know if you can see that, guys, but this is the one and only Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2. Let me see why. Let me show it to you. I hope it's Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2. Yeah. This one. Yeah, not really zooming in, but yeah, not really working. Anyway, but you see, all decorations are here for our good luck. There's a couple of things that we are looking into, obviously, in this live stream, okay? First of all, there's a couple of earnings. So we will look into the space earnings. We will look into the Beyond Meat earnings and Airbnb as well. So a lot of things to watch, and I will just pull it up what happened actually today on the market. Virgin Galactic minus 8.26%. After hours, quite neutral here, a little bit positive. But along the board, right? I mean, Beyond Meat as well. I have seen, almost every technology stock or innovation stock went down the hill, okay? And let me know in the comments, guys, where you are really from, okay? Where you are watching from. Are you watching from your living room, from your bedroom? And where you are watching from, okay? That's quite interesting always. Which country are you watching from? That's always nice to see. So, a brutal day. Along the board, what happened to Airbnb? Just let's quickly look into those. Also, minus 9%. Today, you remember we bought in, and then I sold again because I think the $60,000 that I put in was better invested into Virgin Galactic, which proved to be right. So as you can see here, a little bit of action after hours for Airbnb. Let's see if something came up. I always like to have open the CNBC website, but also having open the Virgin Galactic investors page. And here usually the earnings presentation will come up. This is how it looks, by the way. I don't know if you saw it in today's video, but this is how it looked the last time they updated the presentation format and talked about a little bit about the milestones, the 100 days already for Michael Kohlglazer, flight test program update. I hope to see that as well. A little bit about the second spaceship. I think maybe they will even launch it today. Let's see. And then obviously this will be important. How many people are ready to go to space? Okay, so After hours, a little bit more positive for Airbnb. But let's focus first on space to see that the stock is quite neutral. But what a day! I mean, you know, all the list that you can see here: Palantir minus 9.4, Nikola 6.8, Neo 9.89. So all of those companies that got really big swings upwards got really exciting. And let's have a look quickly what where the guys here are from. So you guys are from Sweden, you are from Switzerland, you are from Tampa, Canada, Switzerland, Lithuania, Russia, Netherlands, New Jersey, Spain, Hollandia, Mississippi, Michigan. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much for tuning in. I heard, by the way, I don't know if this is true, the streaming quality apparently is much better here on Twitch. So I actually like it. I actually like to stream and be accessible for you here on Twitch. Follow me also on Instagram, guys. Wolf of Dubai Danny, if you haven't yet. This is definitely something interesting, and we will know if we will dance today and maybe party today, right? I mean, that will be the question of the earnings. So yeah, let's have a look. It seems until now nothing yet released as of now, but it should come any second. So yeah, so this was basically the important parts, in my personal opinion, in the last quarter earnings. And here, this number also quite interesting, how much money they spent the last one in the last 3 months, and you know, how this will project on the next couple of quarters. Okay. However, there's no liquidity problem with Virgin Galactic. As you know, the last time, I think it's also here in the presentation, yes, $742 million in the bank. That's a couple of quarters that they can still do a lot of stuff, right? Guys, if you have any questions, then make sure to put it into the chat. This is always very important, so we can start conversation. You in the chat and me answering here in the stream. And now it's a waiting game, right? Now it's a waiting game. Let's see. I will open another for all of those who are showing us numbers. I will open new tabs. Airbnb seems to either have already earnings, or the people expecting a lot of Airbnb. The future prospect for Airbnb definitely will be positive. We saw something similar into the booking.com. Beyond Meat minus 10% after hours. But before we diving into those, let us have a look what is going on. So Beyond Meat investor relations. So let's have a look what new releases. Oh yes, here we go. So fourth quarter highlights for 2020. Net revenues were 101%. Increase only 3.3 over year. That's not much growth, you know, in the last couple of months. Yeah, I mean, don't forget, we are still in the biggest health crisis we ever been, right? Which actually was good, but yeah. So anyway, so gross profit was 25.4 million. Let me just increase that a little bit. So 25.4 million on gross margin of 25%. Adjusted profit was 29 million. Okay. Net loss was 25 million. EBITDA loss was 9.5 million. Yeah, I mean, it's still quite growing, but the last... Oh, I just see in the chat that the earnings are out for Virgin Galactic. We obviously jump right into that, but I don't have it here right now. Do you have it already? Is it out? I don't see it. If you have, look at Twitter. Okay, let's have a look. Twitter, Virgin Galactic. Nice picture, by the way. Yeah, Twitter. They send it by email. But why it's not yet on the website? Guys, if you have a link to that, just post it. Okay, apparently here it is. Let's see. Another financial results. Okay, Virgin Galactic Holding. Is this from now? Yeah, okay. Rollout of second space scheduled take place of 30th of March. Okay, that's nice. Announced expected timing of revenue generating flight with the Italian Air Force. All right. Next, the rocket powered space flight targeted in occur in May. This doesn't sound that well, but let's look into that. Okay, so a vertical, we accomplished several significant milestones during 2020 despite the ongoing changes posed by the looking ahead, we are focused on completing our test flight program, expanding our fleet of spaceships and motherships, and developing our unique and transformative customer experience. I'm excited about the talent we are bringing on to our leadership team and the investments we are making in the business, both of which will position us well to scale for future. Okay. What were the business highlights? Completed significant build milestone, second major preparation to schedule. Okay, so second spaceship 2 will be rolling out end of next month, which is great. All right. Conducted safe test flight on December. Yeah, we know that. Appointed 2 new pilots. All right, successful close the one step. Okay, so 1,000 people we have now as participants, which is fantastic. 100 more, I think, than we had before. Total future approximately at 600. Okay, that's nothing changed. Appointed Ali as the chief or CFO. So, fourth quarter 2020 financial highlights. Cash position remains strong of 666. Net loss 74, which is, you know, very much exactly compared to the 67. It's, very close what they are losing every quarter. Gap selling, general compared to, okay, that's nothing new. Research expenses were 41 compared to 46. Okay, nothing. Nothing interesting. Now it comes the interesting part, okay? Now comes the interesting part. So I'm just reading in the comments that the stock is down quite dramatically. Let's see. -7%. I think this is with in connection with the first sentence that I read and I see what is going on here. Continue to prepare for next rocket-powered flight. space flight from Space America targeted for May 2021. Okay, guys, this is obviously bad news. Okay, that's not good. That's definitely that's the main reason why it's going down. Okay, but let's see what it's still saying. Completing modifications and conducting technical checks ahead of flight, which will include revenue-generating payloads as part of the NASA. Okay, that's we know already. Reconfirmed second and third space flights from Spaceport America, including Sir Richard Branson flight, and announcing timing for revenue-generating space flights with Italian Air Force. Okay, but what does it mean? Reconfirmed second and third space flight from Spaceport America, including Sir Richard Branson flight, and announcing timing for revenue-generating space flight with the Italian Air Force. What does it mean? What does it mean? Reconfirmed second and third space flights. Well, what does it mean? As accelerating multi-month enhancement program to mothership vehicle VMS Eve and preparing for second generation mothership build program. Continue to build senior management team. Yeah, this we know already. The company is continuing to experience ongoing delays to its business and operation due to the health crisis. The company continues to operate under strict protocols and following rigorous health and safety procedures in line with CDC, state and local guidelines to ensure employee safety. Conference call information. Okay, the conference call will be obviously very, very, very important. But yeah, that's obviously now short-term thinking, a bummer, okay? I mean, from having it at the February week to May is obviously not so nice, all right? So that's definitely not in good news to hear. Let me see if we have already the presentation out. Virgin Galactic, by the way, is back up, okay? However, it was already -7, so let's see what it means. All right. Definitely, if the space flight is, yeah, no presentation yet, as of now. Okay, there's no presentations as of now. Yeah, I mean, where do I have it? I mean, that's a very short-term speaking, a very disappointment announcement, obviously. You know, scheduling it from February to May is it's definitely interesting. I think there will be definitely more to say about that once we are in the conference call. I mean, we can now speculate and we can say, okay, there apparently the chat is saying the presentation is there already. Okay, let's refresh the page. No, I don't see that. I'll open it in the other browser. Maybe that's the issue. Oh yes, here it is. All right, then let's go through the presentation. So, Virgin Galactic, fourth quarter, full year 2020 investor update. Thank you very much. So, let's have a look. Disclosure, yeah, Michael Koglaser is the CEO. We know that already. So the design already changed, which is a little bit nicer in my personal opinion. But anyway, that's not the point here. 2020 achievements. Cleared 7 additional FFA verification reports with just 2 remaining. All right. Conducted 2 successful glide flights. Transition spaceport to Spaceport America in New Mexico. Demonstrated commercial demand with one-step program, which closed with approximately 1,000 participants. Future astronauts community remained at approximately 600. Strengthened the balance sheet with a successful fundraise, conducted test flight, continued to progress on the fleet expansion, realigning company to functional structure under the okay. Flight test program update. Rocket powered test flight with 2 pilots on board. Aim to complete data for final 2 FAA verification reports, revenue generating payloads under the NASA. Okay, that's now the first flight, obviously. Then the second flight, rocket powered space flight, full cabin of mission specialists and 2 pilots on board. That's also clear. And flight test program update. Rocket powered space flight, Sergey Branson's first space flight, and demonstration of private astronaut experience. Okay. Okay, now we're coming to the more interesting part. Flight delivered learnings and success, okay, despite not reaching space, demonstrated strong and safety first culture and safety of the space flight system, identified EMI as the root cause of the rocket motor EMI. Do someone know what EMI means? Let's check that directly. Something with emergency. Electromagnetic interference. Okay, so this seems to be identified electromagnetic interference as the root cause of the rocket motor controller reboot. Okay, implemented corrective actions. Then in February, where we supposed to have the test flight, there were uncovered additional electromagnetic interference impacts during the pre-flight preparations for February 13th flight. Analysis and corrective work underway with plans to complete this test flight in May 2021. Well, this is, that's the thing, okay? That I can imagine that this will tank obviously the stock. And let me, after we looked into it, and obviously the stock is down more than 8%, back to 38 levels, and I think we will go even further down. So no big promises here, guys. But let's go and revisit this point and this, let's say, fact in just a couple of minutes. Okay. First, I want to have a look what's going on here. So, markets. Our space flight is built to serve 3 markets: private astronaut, microgravity research, both human-intended and payload only, professional astronaut training. All right. Announced the confirmation of Italian Air Force flight demonstrates our capabilities for both human-intended research and suborbital astronaut training. Okay, that's interesting. Spaceship. That's a very beautiful picture here, guys. Okay, that's a very nice one. Anyway, fleet expansion. Rollout of second spaceship 3 on March 30. Second spaceship starts ground testing after rollout and goes into flight test in summer. Begin of assembly of second vehicle in the Spaceship 3 class. That's also interesting. So while they still, keep on testing or doing the test flights, we are already starting with building the fleet. Okay, so whatever the test flight result will be, we will have a fantastic fleet of many vehicles already. Okay, so just bear this in mind. So that's obviously very positive. Implement a series of vehicle enhancement in preparation for start of private astronaut commercial flights. That's obvious, right? That's very obvious. So scaling manufacturing and build to put plan into action. Pivot from R&D to manufacturing to achieve multi-year effort that will target flying 400 flights per year per spaceport, investing in manufacturing facilities, processes, and partnerships, commence design efforts on new class of spaceships and motherships, higher capacity, more efficiency, more efficient, reduced and more reliable turnaround time, scalability. All right, that's we heard that again, so nothing new here. These two gentlemen are joining, which is Stephen Justice, 40 years at Lockheed, very experienced guy apparently here, joining the vice president of engineering, and Swami Liar as president of Aero Systems. Interesting. Doug Ahrens, chief financial officer, multiple prior CFA roles at both public and private companies, a deep experience helping manufacturing companies grow and scale. World-class advisors to help guide commercial efforts. I really like this guy. I don't know why. I watched his video multiple times now. I really like this guy. Okay, even the earring is a little bit strange, but it's a creative guy, right? Then we have here Blair Rich, marketing and brand strategy, previously president of World Marketing Warner Brothers. Okay, interesting. Will develop the consumer brand architecture and marketing strategy. And then we have Geoff Goodman, business development and revenue planning, previously head of global strategy and business development of Disney parks. Okay, interesting. So I think, Mr. Michael Koglaser brought in some very interesting people from the entertainment industry to help Virgin Galactic to build up this, let's say, fantastic experience. Then we have the Space Advisory Board, launched Virgin Galactic Space Advisory Board. I think we talked about it, but that's obviously very, very interesting with people like Chris Hadfield, who is an astronaut and engineer and test flight pilot. What a picture, guys! What a picture. Financials. Obviously net loss of 273 million compared to 211 the year before, but that's not the really important things right now, at least. Capital allocations, capital priorities: maintain a strong balance sheet and cash position, invest organically for growth, opportunistically access the capital markets, raised over 440 million in net proceeds via secondary stock offering and of 23.6 million shares. Remember that. Free cash flow. Yeah, I'm already a little bit down from the current situation that they moved the test flight to May. This is obviously a bummer, guys, but summary, fleet readiness. I don't know how you can call it fleet readiness. Apparently there's some problems. So fleet readiness, fleet expansion, astronaut in consumer experience, Q&A, appendix, and those are a little bit more numbers and numbers that we don't need right now. Okay, so obviously, I guess I can see it already in the chat that the stock is down quite heavily here. 10% is catching a little bit up. Guys, you know, with this kind of news, make sure that it really can go down even to 35, maybe to 33. It will go down, okay? It will go down quite nicely now. That's bad said, quite nicely, because we obviously want to have the stock up. But, guys, okay? I want to just emphasize on something. We are talking about something that is called spaceflight, okay? I still believe the company is getting better and better, all right? With you can see that with which team they bringing in, how they're expanding into the consumer experience field, how they present themselves. Obviously, you know, it's really hard to communicate things like you know, the EMI, and you know, they obviously it's something that is then on the table of the CEO and the marketing people asking, hey, should we communicate, how we communicate, and so on. So I don't find that annoying, but obviously, you know, I feel something like moving from February to May, short term, guys, okay? Short term, quite disappointing, but again, we are talking about space flight, okay? This kind of problems were always there with Tesla, with SpaceX, with, you know, Blue Origin just said that they will move 1 full year, right? So, in my personal opinion, I need to obviously, you know, consume that information first, you know, understand that. Will go on the call, obviously, and understand and hear what they have to say. But after that, it's very important to think long term, guys. And if you're thinking long term and what we have seen what the stock can do, you should be happy. I mean, 18% discount if you consider, you know, yesterday is 8%, today's 10%. When was the stock the last time at 38? Okay, if you believe in if you truly believe in the company, all right, if you believe in space tourism, if you believe in branding and very smart people like Shamas, Richard Branson, all going after this one goal, then, you know, you should be not that much worried about this short-term, you know, volatility, okay? Now, let's have a look into the chart. So you can see here, the last time, and I think the stock will go down to maybe 35 or even to this plateau back to 25-ish, yeah? Which would mean that we are going back to January only, okay? So we have seen that this level was holded for a very long time, and you know, I will buy more stocks. I don't know about you, but I will buy more stocks, and I will be very happy to buy more stocks for less. I mean, that's a fantastic position, okay? To buy more for less, yeah. And I will keep on buying more. You know, I'm posting this on my Discord chat as well, you know, what I'm buying. You have seen I bought at 48 or 47. I'm very convinced, and I'm still buying now, okay? I'm like this guy, what was his name, Roaring Kitty, that was asked by the Congress, are you buying now at this prices with GameStop? Yes, if you like the stock, I like the stock, I like the company, then I'm just happy that it be for a little bit more, a little bit cheaper. But when it's, really, and I think, guys, one more thing, this is very important. I might think that they are putting May as pro forma date, and then, maybe they figure things out and say, you know what? Let's fly in April. Or let's fly and not tell to the media and just fly and just, go for it. So either you like the stock for its story, for its fundamental mission to create an outstanding product, and yes, they need a little bit more time, okay? And there was the health crisis, and we can find 1,000 more reasons for that, okay? And at some point, we were, no, I don't want to say expecting, I was not expecting that it was moving too much, to May, but the general, story, the fundamental story didn't change, right? It just moved a little bit, right? Like Elon Musk moved, production goals a little bit more, right? So, it is what it is. We need to swallow it. And if you're not into it, I totally understand, okay? If you're not into it, then, you can sell tomorrow. You can pocket some 10, 20. That it depends from where you bought. But I will be here for the long run, okay? I will just keep on talking about the stock because I really, really like this stock, okay? And I think this stock showed us the potential, what it can be. And I just think that it's fantastic that, seeing those improvements, so those bummers, unfortunately they are. But you have a big risk, but also a big reward here. So, yeah. I'm quite happy to see this kind of opportunities. I'm a very first I'm a very professional investor, so I know that I know the risk, and on the other side, I know that it's always possible for investments to go the other direction. So, and then there's the question. Are you in for the long run? Then you are happy for the better prices, right? So, I'm thinking that it's interesting. It stays interesting, and with a little bit disappointed, but I'm more happy that I can buy more for less, and I hope you too. And let me know in the comments. Let's have a look. So. I love this this stock. I will buy more. Okay. Then people saying they will sell at 300. Katie would buy now. Obviously, Katie would buy now. I mean, Katie Woods is using this weaknesses. More time and cheap is a good news. That's true. I mean, in the end of the day, guys, I don't want to sugarcoat anything, okay? Those are disappointing news, but, it is what it is, okay? I cannot change it. You cannot change it. So either you say, I say au revoir to this stock, or I like this stock and buy more. But don't sell now and, come back when the stock is at 80 or 100 with the current market situation, right? And then you say, oh, now I missed 3 big dives in the stock. Because let's have a look into the chart. I mean, let's look into the chart, right? I remember people at 14, 15, this will never work. Then they got, this people from like Michael Kogreser. The stock went, almost double. The people were, should I bought more? I should have bought more. Then the stock went down. Everybody was like, that will not happen. Then the stock went up to 22 again. The same voices, I should have bought more. Then, the stock went up to 32 and people doubled their money in months, okay? And again, the stock went down and now it's going, or it went to almost 60 and then now going down to 35 or something like that, and people are complaining again. So, you know, it's your turn. But also don't stay in the stock and complain why they delay. It's you know, there's one interview I really like you to watch, where, or actually I will include it tomorrow in Virgin Galactic's Fridays. Okay, there's a sentence that struck me very hard by Shamas Palihabitia. He said, "It's very hard to put a hard date on a situation of a space flight." Okay, so I would say I agree, you know. So yeah, I hope you like this stream. Okay, if you're watching this later on YouTube, leave me a like. There will be 2 videos tomorrow or Friday. I will include obviously the conference call that I will listen to. I will include more information into Virgin Galactic. And yeah, I wish you enjoyed. And it's just the beginning, guys, okay? The beginnings, the beginnings can be always quite rocky. And therefore the reward is even more juicier, okay? So either you're here for the juice or you're here, you know, or you don't hear, okay? That's your choice. Let me know in the comments, in the YouTube comments as well. I wish you all the best. Have a safe flight, astronauts. Soon, guys, we are going up into space and we'll look back and say, what a fun time. Do you remember when they rescheduled so many flights and now they are all up in the air? So thank you very much. Take care. Adios. Good night. Good afternoon. Wherever you are watching from. Thank you very much for watching. And now my lovely intro / outro. Enjoy and see you tomorrow.